name is Gabriela Diaz. I'm 22 years old and I'm from South San Francisco, California.
What is your emotional connection to money?
I feel like money is essential to live anywhere. Like you need money. You need money to buy food. You need money to get around. Like when I get money, I buy like jewelry and I buy BART tickets and I buy fruits at the fruit stand, right? Like that's where all my money goes. People will be like, you don't need money to be happy, or like, money's not important, but money is important. Like, hello, that's what like makes the world go around and stuff, right? But that's only like material things, and the physical body needs money or needs like material things, or like physical tangible things to function. I personally, the way I live and like my purpose and stuff like that isn't based on money.
Who taught you about money, or how did you learn about it?
So I grew up poor. I've never had a lot of money. I'm probably poor right now. I just feel rich on the inside. No, I was playing in my mom's makeup when I was really young, and I like got in her makeup and I wrecked one of her lipsticks, and she came in the room and she saw that I was like messing with her stuff, and she was hella mad. But it wasn't, when you're a little kid, you know your parents, so I knew she was mad, but I felt like I'd hurt her, or I felt like I had done something that was like really wrong, because she was like, what are you doing? This costs $5. And then I didn't understand what $5 meant because I was a little kid. But in that moment, I realized that I took $5 from her, and that made her really, really upset. Back now, and I feel like that's still teaching me stuff, And like, I don't know, even now, like, all that being said, and like me understanding like where I came from, and like where like my parents generated income to keep me alive and keep me fed, and like I told you, like I didn't always have the nicest stuff, but it was always the cleanest stuff. We didn't always live in the nicest house, but it was always like everything was cleaned up, and like I didn't always have the nicest clothes, but it was always washed and ironed. And like, to me that's significant, because like I said, like you don't need a lot of money, but if you're living healthy, then like it's just something that's like put onto you, something that you don't need to worry about. My advice for people, for youth, I would say like don't store your treasures on earth, because your house can burn down, and like you can get robbed, or you can get broken into, anything can happen to your stuff. And why should your stuff define who you are? Like, why is your stuff, like, it's stuff, like you throw it out the window and it's gone, right? So like I feel like, me personally, I try my best, because we're living in like a time where like it's cool to have like I love jewelry. Like that's like my vice, is like wearing jewelry or buying jewelry. But just try to remember that like you can, it's gonna sound kind of weird, but like you can only serve one master. So like say you dedicate yourself to your stuff, and then your stuff breaks, so do you break with the stuff, or are you still whole in yourself, As if like you invest in yourself as a person, and you invest, say, in your knowledge or your education, or like you do a lot of cool stuff for other people, and then those people have respect for you. If you invest that way, like who's ever gonna take that, or who's ever gonna break in and steal that, or who's ever gonna throw that out the window? Like that's not gonna happen, right? So I would say, yeah, you can only serve one master.